Hello, and thank you for joining me here on Sew Stitch Hex. So today, I'm going to be doing a just regular book review with Court of Thorns and Roses. Now, I have this in hardback. I also have it as a audiobook. Some quick little reads. It's by Sarah J. Maas. Or Maas. I'm not sure. She stole a life, now she must pay with her heart. So, obviously, spoilers. I mean, it's a book review, and it's not like a witchy book with technical descriptions of what to do. That you can't really spoil. If you're spoiling a ritual, then, I mean, that's not how that works. But this has a plot, so warning. Well, basically, it's in a world of fairies. And this girl kills a wolf because she sees it and it's like, oh, I am terrified, but also pelt. Let me sell that to feed my starving family because I am the only provider. So that's kind of the start. It turns out that wolf is a fairy. And the fairy who comes to avenge him is very ticked. She does get money for the pelt and she does, give it to her family. But this girl really has no idea what was happening. And she's like, how is it even fair? And I totally agree. There's like this rule, or there was a contract, I guess, signed between the fae and the humans. And the fairies are like, if you kill one of us, then you have to pay with your life. But you don't have to die per se. You could just be, a servant. You could just have to give up your current life and move it somewhere else. So basically you can't have your same life, so she has to leave her family when she's the sole provider because her sisters are kind of like pampered. They don't have as many problems as she does. They don't have that sense of responsibility, that duty, that vow that she made to her mother to take care of her family, her two sisters and her father. So she ends up having to go to this place, and it turns out it's a Beauty and the Beast story. And overall, I thought it was cute. I enjoyed it. The Beauty and the Beast thing, I guess I knew it was coming, but it caught me a little bit once, they revealed. I was like, oh, okay, haha. One thing that did get me, I really liked it, but when I got it from the young adult section, and I guess I'm just really out of touch with what's, okay for young adult, because when this happened, when I was reading, I just felt like it got really steamy for a young adult. I wasn't prepared for that. I like my young adults because I like the bashful handhold, the kiss, that being as far as it goes. That's what I love about a young adult romance. That sweet little thing. And this was it didn't go there. I mean, it did, but it didn't get that detailed going all the way. But I was still very concerned while I was reading. I was like, is this young adult? I paused it because I was listening to it as an audiobook. I've read a little bit of it, and then I would listen to the audiobook, just picking up where I left off. And as I was going, I was just pause. I had to Google, this is a young adult, right? I'm not about to listen to some smut out loud, am I? So, I mean, I guess that's one thing that really got me was, the overall romancy scenes. I really felt that the her, which has been a very big archetype, I guess, that they're playing up lately, that the villainous her or the very powerful her, which I'm very cool with the, feminine, powerful woman coming through. It's just I see her as a villain a lot. You have the her in here. The other book I just read, Crown of Pearl and Coral and Pearl, or Pearls and Coral. I'll get back to you on that when I do the review. It is in that one there's a queendom, and they think of her as this very ominous, not a bad character, but ominous. She's very powerful coming in and gonna upturn everything that everyone knew before, which is cool. I just felt she was ominous and mysterious, and we knew nothing about her, and then suddenly, boom, she's there. She's the story. She is where we're at. We are in her like little trial, this little game, and I'm sitting here like listening to my audiobook, screaming at her like, the answer is love, woman. Please just answer the riddle. What is wrong with you? And I'm just kind of like watching this reality show in my head of just like, why? But yeah, with the actual physical book itself, I'm glad I do have the hardback. I've grown fond of hardbacks, and I got very scared. I really like, it's a stupid thing to like, but how glossy the inside of the paper cover is. It feels sturdy for a dust cover, and it has that shimmer on the cover that's not like glossy. It's a matte gloss, kind of. I don't know how to describe it, but I enjoy it. And I like the overall color schematic we got going on here. And something I like is on the chapters, there's cute little ivy with thorns, or it's just thorns. I don't know why I said ivy, but yeah, I think it's cute. So that is a Court of Thorns and Roses. This is a series. I will be reading more of it at some point, but yeah. So have you read it? What did you think? What did you like? What didn't you like? I know that although I did like having a fairy tale retelling, and this was, I guess, kind of obvious, I wanted some more like either more cliche or less cliche. You know? Either go all the way into that cliche and make it super obvious, like give them the old razzle dazzle with the full like sparklers and stage lights, or make it a lot more subtle, like the romance book Prince of Frogs, or yeah, the Prince of Frogs. That one is not very obvious that it's a frog prince kind of retelling, but it is. It's very subtle, but it's very in its genre. Like, it's very in its retelling style. Something like that. Like, this worked, but it was more on the nose, but it wasn't. So, I don't know. I did enjoy the little mini fights with that creature. I don't remember what it's called. It was... Oh, I really liked Lucian. I liked Lucian. I thought he was cool. I felt like he was more of a character that I would be into than the main male protagonist. I wasn't, like, set on him being, like, the guy. But, and he was rather helpful with that creature that I also... the cereal. That's it. I found it. With the High Lord does not know that you came here today, does he? He does not know that his human woman. I was a little like, that's cute, but also like, excuse me? Like, I know he owns her, but still, that was a little... his human woman came to trap a cereal because he cannot give her the answer she seeks. But it is too late, human, for the High Lord, for you, perhaps for your realm as well. Across the violent western sea, there is another fairy kingdom called Hybern, ruled by a wicked, powerful king. Yes, a king, not a High Lord. His territory is not divided into courts. There, he is law unto himself. Humans no longer exist in that realm, though his throne is made of their bones. That's very ominous and dark, so some of this is really, really good. I really like the cereal. I wish we could have saw more of his character. And I found the ending was a very basic cop-out, kind of a sacrifice what you love, and then it actually is what you love, but it's okay, you're fine. And then transformation. That was crazy. I wasn't ready for that. It was obvious. Like, when it happened, I was like, oh, they're doing that? Okay, I guess. Maybe they'll do something good with it in the series. I was just a little, like, Bella's dying. He didn't want to have to turn her yet. Like, that wasn't what's going to happen. And then she's preggers. So he's like, oh, crap, now she's dying for realsies. I got to turn her. crap turns her. Various other books that I have that are like werewolves, and they're like, oh no, she's dying. Crap. Okay, I guess I gotta turn her. Or even in Dead End Dating, when you get the backstory of Ty Boner, which I was an adult before I realized his last name. I didn't get it. It's a romance novel. His name's Ty Boner. I didn't get it. I get it now. I was more of an adult before I understood that. I totally didn't get it. His backstory is like he's dying and like killed some like vampires person and like gets turned, and it's like, oh no, your punishment is to live. Kind of like that kind of trope. I know this isn't the same difference, but it feels like that's their cop out. It's either comes down to death, and so now there's going to be a transformation, and that's going to be like a pain in the ass for like half the next couple books. Yay. But I mean, it's okay. I like the idea that there's another fairy. Like, ooh, what's her family gonna think? I'm gonna read further and I'll let you know. Alright, give me like a mini review in the comments. Cool. Thank you for joining me here on So Stitch Hex and my just regular book review. Alright, bye.